Alright, what is up, y'all? We are here today with PBL Week 5, going against veteran trainer John, who is actually our buddy and the commissioner of the league. Now, you've seen John on the channel before. He got me pretty good in our pack battle, and then he had another battle. I think it was on like Christmas Eve or something, versus me, and he bodied me that time. So we're coming out for a vengeance, and just because I know he hates when I bring it up, that man sniped so volley from me, and yes, I am still upset about it. I don't even care. I'm coming for vengeance. I don't even care about the times he beat me. I would just, my fucking sil volley needs to, damn it, you know, just fuck. Although that didn't end up getting me a little impersion, which gives me way more cool stuff in my opinion. But I'm still salty. I don't care. I'll be petty as fuck. No, but so he has a pretty threatening team. You've probably already seen it on the screen. It is Koko, Celesteela, Infernape, Tornadus, Rotom Wash, Florges, Mega Sharpedo, although he does have to Mega Evolve first turn, so that is a, like, Mega Sharpedo is already half a shark, so like Mega Evolving on the first turn, it's like, we're talking like quarter of a shark right now, like it's not even that big of a threat. Hitmonchan, Silvally, Slurpuff, Noivern, and Donphan with the Flanium Z. So right off the bat, you see potential for stuff like Z Mirror Move Koko, which would be dope. Z Brave Bird Koko to hit Amoonguss, stuff like that. Obviously, Flanium Z Celesteela is a huge threat. Z Torn is just, you know, if you don't want to mess a Hurricane, you go for Z Hurricane, and it's just that easy, you know. So he has a very threatening team versus me. Koko, Infernape, and Torn put in a huge amount of work versus me, so I have to do something that can hopefully beat those guys. And I think I brought a pretty dank team, I'm not gonna lie to you. So kind of as we go to the right here, the more wacky everything's gonna get. So just bear with me, right? So we just have a regular standard Scizor. I have just enough speed to outspeed. Man, this was a very long time ago, so I actually am not. I believe it might have been to make sure that I outspeed. No speed so volley? Or no, it's outspeed Rotom, that's what it was. So I can, if he's no speed Rotom, that way I can U-turn out and not be burned every single time. Yeah, sorry, this was a minute ago when I built this, so you'll have to forgive me. But then we have Blacephalon, who is a Choice Scarfer. Basically, it's just enough speed so that if he autotomizes with Celesteela, he's not really a threat. The only thing on his team that's going to be outspeeding me would be another Scarfer, basically. Like, Scarf and Infernape would do a great job. Yeah, Mega Shark can't do that. But Scarf Koko would also be the other option, and honestly, as far as Scarfers go, I think it would be one of those. I don't know if he would bring Noivern versus me, and I don't know if he'd bring the Donphan. I think if he doesn't bring Donphan, he's kind of forced to bring Silvally Ground, so we'll kind of play around that. But yeah, it's just a Scarf Blacephalon. You know what he does. He just clicks Fire Move and Shadow Ball, and if he wants to try to switch in some of his bulkier things, such as Florges, Slurpuff, stuff like that. I don't know why the fuck he'd switch in a Slurpuff, honestly. But I can always go for Trick and then still be pretty fast. And this thing is actually pretty good because his switch into this, I think, would be Rotom or Florges. Florges is not trying to take a Mind Blown after Hazards, and Rotom Wash is, it's a roll to 2-shot after Shadow Ball. As long as I have up rocks, it's pretty much guaranteed. It's like 90-something%. If he's just like standard, you know, like max HP defensive, but still a little bit offensive as well, Rotom. And yeah, I'm not I'm not risking Fire Blast. Fuck that. Not on the win con. Then things start getting a little bit cooler here because I'm going with Weakness Policy Zygarde. Now, Zygarde is a very fucking thick, coily boy, and with max HP and 108 Spit F, I'm guaranteed to live just about any move from anything on his team. Whether it be something like Dazzling Gleam from Tapu Koko. I believe I even live Life Orb, but I don't think I live Specs. I think it's a roll for Specs. Life Orb HP Ice from Infernape. Life Orb Icy Wind from Tornadus, as well as Hidden Power Ice and Icy Wind from Rotom. Moonblast from Offensive Florges is fine. I live Ice Punch, I live Ice Fang. I went out of order, that was for Hitmonchan and, you know, Mega Shark. So Valley's Ice Beam, if he is not invested, I live that. I think it does a good amount to me for sure, but I definitely live that shit. And yeah, Noivern's Draco is going to be doing a lot, but I I think actually I even have a chance to lift that. So that's really all the SPDEF I needed, and then with the attack here, it was just enough to let me get some two shots and stuff that I didn't really think I was gonna be getting, or they help rolls and stuff. But Zygarde is looking like a threat versus his team, man. 1 or 2 Dragon Dances, and good golly gee willikers, we're having a good time. Jolteon, who is just the most standard Jolteon I think I've ever ran, except it has Magnet Rise. So, just to make sure that his potential Silvally Ground or Donphan or anything that wants to click Earthquake can beat me, I'm running Magnet Rise because that's, I don't know, I could see myself being in a situation where it would be handy, Hidden Power Ice with the Expert Belt 2 shots the Donphan and does a shitload to Silvally Ground if it isn't SPDEF, and I think it has to be FizzDef because I have a Zygarde. But Volt Switch is doing a lot, especially in electric terrain. Thunderbolt is doing a lot in electric terrain, and like I said, those are his only 2 potential ground types, so if neither of those come, we click in Volt Switch on everything, dude. Fuck, actually, not even Volt Switch, we're clicking Thunderbolt, and we do Speed Tie with the Koko. So hopefully we win the speed tie so we don't take 40 from a U-turn, but it's, we got that 4 in defense, that'll help, right? But Jolteon here is looking like a huge threat, and oh man, I love playing people with Koko with an electric type. That's the best. But yeah, Jolteon is looking like a huge threat versus him, and yeah, I think it's, honestly, we'll probably just lead with it, fuck it, But then we have Mega Diancie, who is you're seeing some stuff in here. It is just a speedy set just to basically outspeed most things on his team, and then actually eat a hit from most things on his team as well. And I just kind of click buttons versus him, like not a lot of stuff swaps into the combination of Moonblast and Earth Power, except for, this huge giant metal thing right here, Celesteela. And we have Gravity, so we predict if he's not going to be able to set up versus any of my mons. I made damn sure on that. So he's going to be taking damage whenever he does set up. So if he tries to come in and set up again versus this, I click Gravity every time, and then I just destroy him with Earth Power. So that'll be hilarious if that comes out. Like, I just needed to make a way to where I didn't lose to Celesteela with my Diancie in. I wanted to make sure that as long as I made the prediction, then his Autotomize wouldn't be free on a switch, basically, because I'm going to have a hard time switching hard Blacephalon in, if that's what it's got to be, because then if he just predicts that in Earthquakes or something, I die. Celesteela could fart and it would kill Blacephalon, I think, like, fuck. But that's pretty cool. I think Gravity, if it comes into play, it could definitely be useful. And easily my favorite mon on the team, we have our Amoonguss with the Koba Berry with just enough SPDEF and HP to live any variant of Flanium Z that he wants to go for. I actually didn't calc Tornadus until like right before the battle, but it ended up working out, so I didn't change it. But Celesteela, whether it wants to be Z Air Slash or Z Fly, any kind of that bullshit, even Z Hurricane from Noivern, and then Z Hurricane from Torn, that's all fine. We're all fine and dandy. Z Brave Bird Koko, fucking bring it on. Like we eat. And then we do have Regenerator, so we can go ahead and swap on out of there if we need it. His 2 biggest threats to my team, I believe, are Celesteela and Tornadus. Rotom is also very annoying, and yeah, also Gravity helps for the Rotom as well. But yeah, those are 2 huge threats to my team that it's bad because Tornadus and Celesteela both kind of beat my regen core, so I'm expecting both of them to come. And yeah, so since they're flying types, we can actually put them to sleep, which I don't know if he'll expect. He might just be like, I have an electric terrain team, you're not bringing Spore, And we'll go skip that one. Then we have Giga Drain just to kind of heal up versus Rotom and stuff like that, basically. I made the mistake of not bringing Giga Drain on my Amoonguss last week, and it bit me right in the dick. So we're gonna have to be better about that. But then we have Synthesis as well, just for recovery back and whatnot. And yeah, we'll go back to this guy. So Nature Power is it's an attack with 32 PP, and a little, well, it hits every time, right? So if I'm in electric terrain, attack depends on terrain. That means I hit the Pokemon that I use Nature Power on with a terrain boosted Thunderbolt, which is crazy because normally you wouldn't want to bring a Moongus to a matchup like this because it is literal setup fodder. If something else is already asleep and I can't put that thing to sleep, or if they got safety goggles, or basically if you have some way to not be put to sleep, then this boy is set up fodder, which is unfuck for it. So I really needed to bring Amoonguss. I was having hard 6th move slot syndrome, or 6th poke slot syndrome, so I had the first 5 built, ready to go, and I was like, what else do I need? You know, what else do I need? And finally, after some deep digging in the moves, shout out to Jolt in the GBA too, because this was a solid idea that I just watched, and I was like, fuck it, I'm doing that. But Nature Power Thunderbolt on Amoonguss, it's gonna be fucking great. I am so excited to click Thunderbolt with my Amoonguss. But yeah, I do know for sure John is definitely a solid player, and he will come prepped. I'll have to scout and see which of his Pokemon is going to be his Scarfer. I'll have to see, based on Koko damage, what kind of set that's going to be. If he's Terrain Extender, that could also be a problem, because then he just has the Electric Terrain the entire time, which will actually help me with Jolteon and Nature Power Amoonguss here, but we definitely got to scout out and just see, you know, what everything's going to be. So, oh, and also, it really sucks building versus Silvally, because it could be anything. If he doesn't go Silvally Ground, who the fuck knows, man. I brought Silvally Bug a couple weeks ago in another league to counter Zygarde, so we'll see. But yeah, let's jump into that battle. Okay, so here we are with the battle. But what had happened was we actually disconnected at like turn 12 or 13 or some shit like that. So the first half of this battle is actually going to be courtesy of John. He sent me the footage. Luckily, he was live recording, so we at least have the footage from the first half now. We were taking our sweet time. I know I was. I'm sure he was too, though. Picking our moves. So it is going to be sped up. So everything's going to look kind of janky. And there's a couple spots where it messes up, but who really cares? He's got Cele, Koko, Torn, Ape, Silvally, and Rotom. Not what we expected, but definitely 6 that were solid versus me. So I completely understand why he brought them. We get to play games of what has the Flanium Z. We get to play games of what is Scarf, and we get to play the game, America's favorite game, what the fuck is Silvally gonna be? So, yeah, I'm just gonna lead my Jolteon. Chances are he leads Koko, and I love that Electric Terrain boost. I am expert belted and ready to vault on out on whatever, so I can just, you know, send out my fastest thing, and if he leads with something like Infernape, I'm gonna assume it's Scarf, and swap right the tits on out of there. But yeah, we go right into Scoot, and he sets up the Electric Terrain for us, which is just nice of him. And we can just Volt Switch on out of there. It is a speed tie if he's running max speed. I still am not sure exactly what it was, and it's weird seeing the other side of this, but all I'm saying is my character looks fly as fuck. Like, if I was 12 and like had good fashion sense, that would be me right there. Minus the weird knee pads. I don't know what the fuck that's about. But yeah, I just click Electric Terrain boosted Volt Switch, because if it is a speed tie and he U-turns or Volt Switch, he can't Volt Switch out on me because I'm Volt Absorb. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm Quick Feet again, but he didn't know that, you know. But I win the speed tie or I outspeed, I do a solid amount of damage, letting me know that he is fully offensive, which helps out, because if he was Scarf or something, obviously he's not Scarf because outsped, but if he was some kind of crazy set, then it would usually, you know, you'd be able to tell there'd be a little bit of bulk or something in there. So once again, I take my sweet time picking a move. I think I was actually calculating to see if that was the proper damage on Koko, and then I gotta see, you know, what I can switch in, and I realized that I have no switch into this, so I have to go into Amoonguss and kind of just let him U-turn on me, but it kind of works out because I wasn't wanting to do this just yet, but it does let me put something to sleep if he goes into one of his flying types. I have the Cobra Berry, right? So any flying type attack, I am good to go. I don't even care. In his mind, he's probably thinking, like, I get a kill right here because I Z-Hurricane. If I go Diancie, he probably has some kind of coverage move. I believe this gets Iron Tail, if I'm not mistaken. He could also run HP Steel if he's a... I don't want your software update. Jesus, what a terrible time to... The nerve, you know? Apple, Jesus. But, yeah, I click Sport here, easy, because if he does predict a switch, he just goes for U-turn, and he probably goes into Celesteela. But, as you can see, he fires off his ×2 speed, fucking Supersonic Sky Strike, and he just fucking comes out of the sky and just rains down upon me. But, I got the Cobra Berry, I'm a very thick boy, and Night Tornadus. This thing is a huge threat to me, and it hadn't taken any damage, so it really doesn't matter if he wants to get his wants to switch out. If he wants to stay in a burn or turn to sleep, I'm hitting this man with a terrain boosted Thunderbolt, and he ain't even know it yet. So he goes into Celesteela, and I'm just like, oh my god, I get to hit it with a move. And I hit it, do almost half to a Celesteela with an Amoonguss, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first time you've seen that kind of damage come from an Amoonguss onto a Celesteela, that giant, massive steel beast. But he goes for the Autotomize again. He's actually weakness policy boosted, but I just have to make sure that he can't set up 2 Autotomizes, and I should be good to go. So he's forced to kill me here, or I take him out, and then if he takes me out, he gets a Beast Boost, but I don't really care because I have Scarf Blacephalon in the back, and at this point I can click Shadow Ball. So he Flash Cannons, lets me know he's either special or he's mixed, which doesn't give me much information, but if he went for something like, you know, Heavy Slam there, that would give me, you know, you always gotta see what kind of shit Celesteela's got going on. But I do have Blacephalon right there. He does not have Rocks up, and after a quick calc, Rotom is actually, it's a pretty solid chance. It's like a 65% chance, if I remember correctly, to be 2-hit KO'd if he's just a standard spread with like max HP, a little bit of Spadef, but mostly defensive. Like, I think it was 52 defense. I remember weird shit, man. I don't know. But, yeah, I just click Shadow Ball. I get a Beast Boost, and I just start tearing through his team. So he goes into Rotom, and I really, really wish I had Rocks up, because that looks like it does. That was just the tiniest, like, just almost enough. Just got the lowest possible roll to almost 2-hit KO. But I don't have a switch into this. Honestly, if he wants to go for Volt Switch, that's fine. If he wants to go for Will-O-Wisp, that's fine. I'm staying in and I'm clicking Shadow Ball again because I still do have a chance to kill him. Now it's a little less than 50%, but I still have a chance. So I'm just going for it. We don't get it. He lives with 8, and he can. Who hits Hydro Pump anymore? That is, man, who hits Hydro Pump? You know. But now Rotom is very, very low, and he's leftover, so we know he's not choiced in some way. I believe I just go Zygarde here because although he does have a Hydro Pump as well as a Will-O-Wisp and probably a HP Ice or Icy Wind or something like that, I'm pretty sure he's clicking Will-O-Wisp. So if I do choose to go out into my Zygarde here, which I'm pretty sure I do, but I'm really thinking hard over there and kind of gyrating my hips a little bit. But yeah, we just go into Young Squishy, break the aura, and we can just go for a substitute because I'm pretty sure he's going to want to Wisp me. He's seen this thing tear through 2 separate people's teams, so he's going to want to neuter it as soon as possible. I could be, what's it called, Draconium Z, but I'm actually weakness policy. So my thinking with that was, at +1 or +2, I just get a kill. So even the bulkiest of Silvali's, unless it's like Silvally Fairy, it's dying to Draconium Z. So I didn't think that was going to be a switch in. And then he misses the Hydro Pump, which that does suck. That actually sucks. So now he's forced to switch out and give me a second Dragon Dance. But as we see here, he goes into Silvally, my child. It's Silvally Grass, and it definitely has Ice Beam. And I'm not going to be doing very much. And I didn't think this would even be a proper switch in because I could easily have Draconium. So I was kind of like, okay, well, he has to Scout here. So I'm just going to go for, I think I clicked Extreme Speed just to get the maximum damage just in case he did stay in. But I was pretty sure, like, he kind of has to Scout for the Draconium, right? Like, he just goes hard into, like, Celesteela or something like that. He's got it on, like, 4% in the back. That's probably the best play. But just in case, I'm just going to go for the Extreme Speed, just to make sure that if this does stay in, I can get the maximum amount of damage on it. And yeah, so we do almost half. It's just fucking almost half city in this bitch right now. And he goes for the Ice Beam, and I'm weakness policy. I'm mad Spadef. I do have a chance to live this if he is not invested. I actually talked to him about it once we DC'd. He couldn't remember if he was invested or not. So I don't know. The roll may or may not matter. I'm not exactly sure. It's a times 4 effective move, and I get that. But I think some people, you know, forget just how good Zygarde is. And we're going to glitch up a minute here. Glitch X City, of course. But, you know, when people are recording your shit for you, you can't really complain. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I just go for Extreme Speed again. Gives it 22. Hits the Ice Beam, and we don't know if it matters because he crit me. So, I mean, he missed a pump and then got the crit, so I guess it about evens out. I'm not looking bad right now, though, because I still definitely have a Scarf Blacephalon. I still have an E-Belt Jolteon, and... oh, wait, I don't have a... never mind, I forgot. Blacephalon got blown away. So I still have a Jolteon. I still have Mega Diancie, which just puts in mad work versus his team. Speak of the devil. And even though it's 3-6, like, his team has been so weakened, and one of them has been put to sleep, so it's really, like... It looks bad in number-wise, but I think I actually still have like the offensive momentum in the battle. We get a little unfortunate with rolls and stuff, but I mean, hey, that's the game we play. You know what I'm saying? So I can just go for the Moonblast and just kill this guy. And it's coming soon. I think this is when we disconnect, because he goes out into his Infernape, but I don't know. No, he goes into Torn. That's what it was. Okay, so he goes out into Torn, which is a sleep. But I 2-hit KO this. I don't actually have Power Gem, but I 2-hit KO this since it isn't AV, and he hasn't burned a single turn of sleep. So chances are, I'm just gonna kill this. So he goes, yeah, he's that does a lot of damage. Holy shit! And I think he sacks this. I don't actually remember. Again, this has been so long ago. Like fuck. But yeah, okay, that's what he sacks the Celesteela. That's what it is. So now the numbers are finally starting to look right again. Like now it's 4-3, and I have a Mega Dancy on the field. He has his Infernape in the back, which since I haven't seen any other Scarfers, I'm assuming that is going to be his Scarfer. And then right there is when we disconnect. So we have to go to the real battle. Yep, so we're back. There's some stuff going on, but yeah, he sends out his Infernape, which I believe to be Scarfed. This is a recreation, so I have to go for the Gravity just to make sure that he got in safely there. But at this point, I'm 90% sure he's Scarf, so I know he's gonna go for the Earthquake there because that really does just clean up the rest of my team, except for young Sizzy6 here. So he isn't doing very much this battle, but he is actually kind of walling Infernape if he's Scarf, because he can't lock himself into Flare Blitz, he can't lock himself into Close Combat, and he can't lock himself into Earthquake. This is what I was just, yeah, the move he just went for, duh. But, so I just gotta keep Scizor healthy, basically, and I should have this in the bag. Gravity returns to normal, which is perfect, even though he ain't waking up. You ain't getting a second, or, yeah, first turn wake. Fuck that. No, sir. I just go for the BP, get some damage off, he stays asleep. Yeah, like I said, as long as I stay at close to max HP, then Earthquake cannot 2-hit KO me. And I gotta make some predictions though with because it's gonna come back in right now, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. And then he can either go for Flare Blitz, he can go for U-turn, he can go for Earthquake. I don't know what all he's gonna have exactly, so I just stay in and I click BP just to kind of see what he's gonna lock himself into. And he goes for the Earthquake, yeah. So not today, buddy. You ain't getting me. Because now I have chip off on this thing, and I think now he's in range of Thunderbolt, I believe, from Jolteon. So he's forced to switch out, and I can just go right for the Roost once again, just keep this thing as healthy as possible, and everything will be fine and dandy and fucking, maybe it's Maybelline, I don't know, man. But I just go for the Roost. Gotta keep this guy healthy, for the fuck sure. Also, shout out to Austin, who hooked me up with this last part of the battle here, because I'm supposed to upload today, and I'm recording today, and it's 10:30, so this bitch is going up at like midnight. But I'm pretty sure he's going for just the electric move here, so I can just safely go right on into... Okay, yeah, I am Volt Absorb, yeah. So I just go right on into Scoot, and I know for a fact Thunderbolt does not kill this thing. I don't want to kill this thing, because I want to see what it's going to go for. So he goes for Thunderbolt again, and that leads me to believe he's choiced, which is perfect, because if he can lock himself into Earthquake right now, he kind of just sweeps me, so... well, it makes it a lot harder to beat him with Scizor, basically, and it helps with differential and stuff. So he goes for the Thunderbolt, and I'm able to get a Magnet Rise off, which means he can't lock himself into Earthquake. He has to lock himself into Fire Move or Close Combat, and that means that I just guarantee this win here, and everything should be fine and dandy. So basically, Electric Terrain disappears. Doesn't matter, I'm levitating anyways, so whatever. But I am actually max. I usually am not max, but I have to be this time. So I think I go down to the Close Combat here. As we see now, he is confirmed Scarf, and yeah, Scoot goes down, but he did his job. He made it to where that man cannot lock himself into Earthquake, which is cool. And then we go out into our Dancy here, who guaranteed kills, and I eat a Close Combat pretty decently. I have like a tiny like 12 in bulk, but yeah, Earthquake was a roll to kill, so I couldn't let him do that there. Yeah, we just go for the Earthquake, and I mean Power, wow, and we clean up, and thanks to Nature Power Thunderbolt Amoonguss and Magnet Rise Jolteon, we were able to come out on top versus Veteran Trainer John with the 2-0. Holy dumb fuck, what a game. Like, whew, I was worried about this, man. So Volley's crazy, Torn is crazy. This is the recreation we brought, so don't worry about what you see on your screen right now. But man, that was some shit. Good game to John. It was so close, man. It really could have gone either way, just depending on predictions and stuff. But yeah, go ahead and like and subscribe, do all that bullshit. Definitely check out Veteran Trainer John. I can't wait to see his side of this, because I believe he live recorded, so I can't wait to see what his reaction to Thunderbolt with Amoonguss was. Oh my god. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and bye forever.